Now, finally, I can say it's Christmas cake time. Let's get this bad boy done. So, for the past 3 or 4 years, if not longer, I have followed this Christmas cake recipe from James Martin, The Collection. I've got many a cookbook and baking recipe books, but I find this is lovely, and I've always done one every year for my mum and then one for my dad, but as you know, I haven't got him anymore, so I can't make him one, but I'll be doing one for my mum, and I'll be doing one for us, and I'll be doing one for our landlord. Now, in the recipe, it says that this is James Martin's auntie's old recipe, which worked for her, so it's good enough for him. And let me tell you, for the past few years that I've been following this recipe, it's been good enough for our family too. So it's passing on. Now I'm presetting the oven. It's 140 Celsius, 275 Fahrenheit, and that's gas mark 1. Because I'm following a professional chef's recipe, I even get the gas marks. Now I've greased and lined my tin. As you can see, I got this tip from Lulu's Kitchen, and it's the best tip that I've ever picked up. You wet your greaseproof paper and just dry it off before you pop it into your tin, and it moulds to the tin perfect. I will trim this off once the mixture's in there, but let's crack on with this. So it's mix the fruit, almonds, peels, cherries into a huge bowl, and you turn them well. Now I have always I'm not well prepared, am I? I have always, at least 3 days before, as I said this morning, I have always soaked my fruit in alcohol, whatever that may be. This one is brandy, but because of being ill, I didn't even think about it, to be honest, until yesterday. So it has been soaking overnight. Yes, that smell is Christmas all over. So I just do the dried fruit, soaking it overnight or for 3 days. The longer the better. Excuse my phone if it keeps going off, that's just messages coming through. Now I also add other things, but I like to just put them into the mixture. I don't like to soak them, but it's your preference. It's entirely up to you what you do. Right, so on this you have 1.5 pounds of mixed dried fruit, and then you add your peel, which I've got in there, so I don't need it this time, and I've actually got it out, but I don't need that. And I've got other things. Now it's saying 4 ounces of glazed cherries, 4 ounces of mixed candied peel, 4 ounces of blanched almonds, etc, etc. So I will put the recipe and how to do it in the description. That'll be below. You'll see it coming up. Yeah, so but I've got, as you can see, I've got figs, walnut pieces, chopped dates, almonds, pecans, the lot. So I may put 3 ounces of each. I'm going to measure them out now. I'm hoping, there's 4 minutes gone already, so I may have to do a part 2 of this, because I want to show you practically everything that I do. So let me just turn you around slightly there. I think you can see, yeah, you can see there. Oh. Right, so mix the dry fruit, almond peels, cherries into a huge bowl, turn them well and add the flour. Right, I'm going to need my big bowl, so just let me go and grab that. Now I have put 3.5 ounces of each of walnut pieces, chopped figs, pecan halves, chopped dates and hazelnuts, and I've got the cherries to put in there. That is 3.5 ounces of each, or 100 grams. So as you can see, these have got to go in with the fruit as well. And also I do with the cherries, I halve them, and I also cover them in flour, roll them in flour before I add them to the fruit, because putting them in flour stops them from sinking to the bottom of the cake. Another big tip for you there. So I'm going to add these now. Let me just move this out the way for a second. I need to pop this into the big boy. This was actually my grandma's bowl. It's so old-fashioned. I'm sure everybody's grandma had one, but I wouldn't part with it for the world. It's so strong. Yeah, it's amazing. So in goes the walnuts, figs, dates, hazelnuts. Yeah, you name it, it's in here. So that is that. I'm just going to give this a good stir around and make sure it all combines evenly, so I'll be back. So now I have to add the spices and the lemon juice. Wow, that smells. And the flour. So this is a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg, but I've got the jar one, that's all I've got. And also 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. You can do fresh lemon, but I haven't got any in, so this is a teaspoon as well. So that's the nutmeg, the ground cinnamon. Can't have a Christmas cake without ground cinnamon, can you? So that is that. So that is 1, 2 and a little bit. So I'll just give this a stir round and I'll be back. Now I've just given that a good stir, just to make sure all the spices and everything gets distributed evenly. And now it says to, once you've done all that, you add the flour, spices and lemons and juice. So that's what I've done. I've got 300 grams of plain flour, that is 10.5 ounces of plain flour. Normally with my cakes I only use self-raising flour, but I am going on, I'm doing this in every detail. So it says to add this now, and then you give it a good mix up. So I'm on 8 minutes 45, so I am going to have to do a second part. I'll be back. You know, I bet you'd thought I'd forgotten my little baby, didn't you? But no, it's just that it has to be mixed the way that the book says. So I've just measured out 225 grams of butter, what's been out at room temperature. Let me just look. Hang on. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to jump on and do part 2. I do apologise. See you in a second.